Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here with World Watercolor Month. Today is day 20, which is kitchen, and I am doing catch up, trying to catch up because I fell behind. So anyway, I just have this sketch done. That's what I did today, and I know you probably can't see it very well, so let me just put an image here where I made it more visible in editing so you can see what I'm showing you. And this is just my mom and dad in the kitchen, and it's a side view and a back view because I can't do faces yet. And this is actually our kitchen, and this was around Christmas time, and mom was making a big pot of gnocchi and sauce and meatballs, and dad was making a salad, and we had lots of family over, and it was really nice. Anyway, I'm going to be late painting this. I'll probably stay up quite late painting it tonight, but I won't be able to get this out for you guys in time. So I do have other things to put out. I want to show you some of the other days that we covered. Yesterday I put out the geode, so we still have to do chair, rigid, and perform, which I have all done, and I want to show you. But I did want to tell you, thank you for those of you who were praying for my dad. He's doing better. His legs started leaking a little bit again today. He's got a problem where his blood pressure pills were making his leg leak fluid. I didn't even know that could happen. But his legs got so full of water that the water was coming through his skin and soaking his pants. So anyway, the doctor at emergency changed his pills, and he had 2 good days where there was no leaking, but today he went for a walk and his legs started leaking again. So, and his own doctor is on holidays, so he either has to wait for his own doctor to come back, or we're going to have to take him back to the Emerge if it doesn't clear up. But the doctor at Emerge did say it might take a week or 2 for it to stop completely. And his blood pressure has come down, and he says he feels fine. And thank you also for praying for my Auntie Erna. She fell and broke her collarbone, and she had a stroke, and she passed away yesterday afternoon while I was painting my geode, actually. I had just finished all my painting yesterday, and my parents came home. They had gone to sit with her. I didn't go yesterday because I was told she wasn't awake anymore. And I had been spending time with her. But she did wake up for 2 minutes while my dad was there, and my dad is her little brother. She was 99 years old, and my dad told her, "It's okay, Erna, you can go. You can go be with mom and dad, and go be with your husband and our brothers and sisters who have passed before." So she passed peacefully, and she was being kept comfortable with medication to help with the pain from the broken collarbone. But she did wake up. She thanked them for coming, and she just went peacefully. So that is good. And I know it's really sad that she passed, but I think it's better. I would rather have her in heaven than here suffering in bed, you know? So it was really hard for my dad, but he also thinks it's better that she passed rather than being here and suffering. And 99, she had a great life, you know? Anyway, I'm sorry to bring you into my family problems and issues, and thank you so much for your prayers. Anyway, so yeah, today is going to be late because it's going to take me hours to paint this. I think I'm going to use gouache. I was going to do line and wash, but I feel like I want to do gouache. So now let's go backward in time. So yesterday and the day before, the words were rigid and perform. So day 18 was rigid and day 19 was perform. And I have an African Grey Parrot named Smokey who loves to perform, and her beak is rigid, and a microphone is also rigid. So I thought, you know what, let's try to do an almost all gray painting with just a pop of red, because Smokey is all gray and white with just a pop of red on her tail. But because I did a close-up of her face and I couldn't get her tail in, so I just wanted a pop of red on the microphone just to represent her red tail feathers. And while I was drawing this, I was thinking the eye looks too small, but I think I should have maybe made the eye a little bit bigger. She's kind of fluffed up here, because when her feathers are more sleek, her eye looks bigger. I think it just looks small here because she's puffed up. But yeah, so that is Smokey, the African Grey Parrot, and I used Daniel Smith Primatek, the Hematite color, and it's sparkly if you look at it closely. I don't know if the sparkles will show. It's really pretty. So this is what it looks like when you use it dark. And then this is what it looks like when you really water it down. And here's kind of the mid-tone. So that's all, this whole thing is all the same color. Except for this little pop of red. And then I went with a Sharpie marker. And I went over my pencil lines with a Sharpie. And also over here just for the musical notes. And oh, I gotta tell you, I showed Smokey. I said, Smokey, look, Mommy drew you. And I held it up and she came running over and she looked at it and she went, pretty. She's so funny. And she does not need a mic because she's loud enough without one. So that took care of day 18 and 19, rigid and performed together. 2 paintings on 1 page. And then day 17 was chair. And I just did a very, very fast sketch just out of my imagination of a chair on the waterfront at a sandy beach. There's a beach I go to called Pointe Shane. It's very close to my house. It's about a 15-minute drive from my house, and I love going there. And the water's very shallow. You could walk out for ages before you get deep enough to swim. But it's got a beautiful sandy beach for walking on. And I just, I did wet on wet. And I used my Paul Rubens. And look how beautifully the paint lifts on this cheap paper. And this is just my Artist Loft sketchbook. It is pulp paper. So I was really, really happily surprised over how beautiful the clouds look. So I just did it a blue wash, and then I went with the Kleenex and I lifted the clouds out. And yeah, this works really nicely for clouds. And that's just 1 layer. And this, I just used the different sandy colors that I had. And for the water, I started with the same blue, but I mixed a little bit of a different blue and some green. And then I just kind of rippled in, leaving a lot of white marks. And then when I was done, it was cute, but I decided I would go over it with a Sharpie to make it look kind of cartoony, because I drew it cartoony, and I thought it needed that. And in fact, I might even go and outline it in black around here again. I think that would make it look really nice. So this is just from my imagination, you guys. And I didn't even paint the hills in the background, because quite often the hills are the same color as the sky. So that's what I wanted it to look like. And I put the shadows in behind so that the sun is coming from the front. And I did a little pail and a shovel and a little Pepsi bottle, or Diet Pepsi bottle, or Diet Coke. And I just used all the same colors, blue, red, and various shades of tan. So yeah, and there's no white. The white is just the paper. And I did go over a little bit with some white gel pen, but I didn't really need it because I did leave a lot of white in this. And it's funny because I share a lot of these paintings, and this took me like 15 minutes start to finish. And people loved it on my Facebook. And other things that I've been doing that take me so much longer, I mean, they get lots of likes and everything, but they don't get as many likes as that little one, which is really funny. Like this one I did of my backyard with my dad. That took forever. And it got some likes and people liked it. But people really seem to like this style better when I put this kind of style up. I think that's because during Inktober last year, I for the first time I did Inktober, and I did this style and I called it Mousetober. And I just did cartoon mice everywhere. So whatever the prompt was, I just put a mouse doing that prompt. So if it was voyage, I did them going on like a sea voyage, or whatever the word was, there was a little cartoon mouth. So I think people are used to me doing more a cartoony style, which is good for me because I can do this really quickly. Anyway, I can't believe today is already day 20. And you guys saw this yesterday. I'm really, really pleased with how that turned out. I really am. I would like to make like 10 more in different colors because I love geodes. But that's not what I was looking for. I was just looking for today's. I'm going the wrong way in the book. Hang on. Hang on. So here. So I have to paint this. I'm thinking I'm going to use Hemi gouache. But I also have my my other gouache paints too. So maybe I'll just mix and match all the gouaches so I could get the color. And maybe I'll change my mind and just do it cartoony and ink and wash to get it done. I don't know. Right now I'm leaning toward gouache, and I have the gouache out right here. And I'm just not ready to paint right now because this took me so long that I'm just not in the mood to concentrate right now. So what I'm going to do is edit this video for you guys and put it up, and then I will probably watch some videos and relax, and I will either stay up late and paint this tonight, or I'll paint it tomorrow, which will mean I'll have to do street food tomorrow too. But for street food, I will probably just paint something real simple, and like a donut or something. You can't really buy a donut on the street. I don't know. I live in Northern Ontario, Canada. We don't have street food. I mean, we have a French fry truck. Maybe I don't want to draw a truck. I just want to draw food, like something simple, like a pretzel. We don't have a pretzel cart. I wish we did. I would buy pretzels. Anyway, I'll think of something. That's tomorrow's problem. So this took so long, I don't have the mental capacity to do any more today. I can only concentrate for so long. And I love painting, but this is stressing me out. Anyway, I hope you like this, and I'm sorry for rambling, and I'm sorry that my videos have been kind of down lately with everything going on in my family. I'm really glad my dad is doing okay. I was a basket case, so afraid I might lose my dad. We lose someone every summer. It just seems that way. We had a lot of elderly people in our family, and now we are running out of elderly people, and my generation is the next generation of elderly people. I'm 61 years old. My dad is going to be 86 in October, and when people are that age, anytime they get sick or something happens, it's like, oh God, is this it? And I know I shouldn't think that way, but I am totally not ready to lose my dad. And you know, I was talking to my cousin Frank today, and it's his mom, Auntie Erna, who passed away. And he felt the same way, and she was 99, and he's just devastated. And my mother actually got mad at him because my mom lost her mother when she was 17, and she lost her dad when she was only 12. So she gave Frankie shit. She goes, you know, you had your mother. She lived to be 99. She says, you know, and my cousin Frankie, I think he's 76, and she lost her dad when she was 12 and her mom when she was 17. I said, Mom, it doesn't matter when you lose someone you love. It hurts. It always hurts. It's terrible that my mom lost her family that young, her mom and dad. But she had 7 older brothers, and she just lost her last oldest brother 2 years ago. So my mom is the baby of her family, and my dad is the baby of his family, and they are the only 2 left in their families other than like us, their children, and nieces and nephews and cousins. But their whole generation is gone. They're the last ones. So, and that's got to be really hard. And I'm being a downer again. I'm sorry. All right, you guys. I hope you have a really great evening, whatever it is you plan to do. And hopefully my mood will lift. I believe in God. I believe in heaven. I believe my aunt is right now in heaven having a wonderful family reunion with her parents and her other brothers and sisters who passed before her, and her husband who's been gone for 17 years already. So I know she's having a wonderful time. But for those of us left behind, it still sucks, even though she had a beautiful long life. All right, I gotta stop. I'm not gonna stop. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And take care. Stay safe. Happy crafting. And bless you and your families. Bye, guys.